What up? This is Rama Screen, and it's time for another celeb interview. And in the anticipation of Hunter x Hunter, which arrives in select theaters on digital and on demand December 18th, I'm here talking with one of the stars of this new movie, Camille Sullivan. How are you, Camille?
Hi, I'm great. Thank you. How are you?
Good. Thank you for taking the time. This movie's got twists and turns, so without spilling spoilers for the viewers, let me start by saying that in the last half of this movie, you were absolutely badass, just total hardcore.
Thank you.
Like they just threw stuff at you, and you passed with flying colors or red blood color, I should say. So, how physically grueling was this project for you, and were you game for all of it?
It was really physically grueling. I lost I lost some weight. I was ripped at the end of it, and yeah, I was game. I loved it. Like it was super fun running through the woods, jumping around. Like it's so rare that I get to do that stuff, and so rare that it comes up for actresses, especially. So I was so happy to get to do it. I love to be macho. It's like one of my favorite things.
Well, definitely, this is like the way end of the spectrum from the man in the high castle. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
so, talk to me about the whole, because the movie's got a lot of emphasis on cutting animals wide open. Like, did that turn you into a vegetarian at all? Or
No, it's hard at first. It's gross, and you feel bad, and you have all the feelings, and then you kind of get used to it, and then you're like, okay, let's just move on. What time's lunch?
wow, much respect to you. Much respect to you. um, Part of the reason why I asked all that is because I'm an indoors cat. I even hate camping. I would live in a cabin as long as that cabin has Wi-Fi. So watching your characters living off the land, eating what you kill. I mean, was there a fur trapper consultant on the set, or did you guys have to go through some sort of a wilderness boot camp to prep you for the role?
Our props master was very, very good, and he had a lot of knowledge about it, as well as Sean, the director, had a lot of knowledge. So I didn't know anything. I'm like you. In my personal life, I don't camp. Camping's not a thing I grew up doing, and I just don't do it. So yeah, but they would talk me through it and give me everything I need to know to make it seem like at least look like legitimate. So I totally relied on them for that.
Talk to me about working with Devon and Summer in creating this on-screen family in the wilds dynamic, because it seems that your character Anne may have second thoughts or reservations about continuing to live there.
Yeah, she does. I think, what seemed like a good idea, however many years ago when they first settled on this life is starting to wear thin because I think the rest of the world is moving on without them. And it's every year it becomes increasingly difficult to make a good living for trapping and to live off the land like they do. And I think looking at my daughter, played by Summer, who's so wonderful, is it's hard for me to see all the things that she could be doing and she's not. Yes, she has a good life, but there's all this whole big world out there that she has no experience with.
I gotta ask you about that one scene. When they say that when you encounter a bear, you should play dead. So does that really work? To scream as loudly as you can at a wolf? I mean, does to scare them away,
um,
or do you think that was just Anne's last ditch effort?
I think both are true. I think it was Anne's last ditch effort. She didn't know what to do, and so the mother in her just brought up everything she had and screamed it. But I think you all are also supposed to do that, right? I think you are supposed to get big and scream. I'm not sure if it's with wolves, but definitely with smaller animals. But yeah, I think you do. What else are you gonna do? You can't run. So.
Definitely, but I don't know. I wouldn't stay around to find out. So as I'm winding down to my final questions, I gotta ask you. So theme wise, what do you hope the audiences would take away from watching Hunter x Hunter?
I think there are a lot of interesting themes in it. One of the themes I think that I find pretty interesting is sort of the individual versus the tribe, right? So, like, are we better off? Is the safety within our own tiny little community, our own little family, or is it within our human family? And for me, that's one of the debates that the movie has. And for me, especially in these times being what they are, it seems to me that you can't isolate yourself from danger. So safety lies in the larger human family.
Hmm. Last question. So, what's next on your horizon, and will you be able to do those projects during this pandemic?
Right now, I'm working on the show Big Sky on ABC. And so we've been able to do that, with lots of testing and safety protocols and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I've been lucky and I've been working. So I'm grateful.
All right. For my fans at home, everybody go check out Hunter x Hunter in theaters, on digital, and on demand December 18th. Camille, thank you for talking to me and congratulations.
Thank you so much.